They spend millions of dollars building, as I said, the application for the future, but they put the hooks in to support XML and OMF. Should it be here? Yes. Is it? No. Will it be? Probably. OMF, not from Apple. It's going to come from Automatic Duck, probably Boris FX. I don't know that. I'm guessing that they have that kind of connection support. Probably other vendors as well. Multi-cam editing, boy, if they could take it back, they would. You want no secret. Don't tell anybody else. I have it on good authority. I wasn't under NDA. That multicam was supposed to show up with Final Cut HD. But it didn't show up. In fact, it got pulled 2 weeks before Final Cut HD was released. So I was talking to my source, and I said, source, how come? They said, well, it didn't work. I say, I would pull it down too. There's something to think about. It showed up in Final Cut 5. We've been using it ever since. Hi Larry, how do I match shots without a viewer? Well, I'm not exactly sure what I match shots means.
Because he shots at the same time.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Whoever asked me this question, I'm going to be around after this is over and see you. Because if you shot from the audience, if the noise is not through upstage, I'm not going to hear it. I don't want to get caught in the traffic of not hearing it clearly. So the IMAX shot person, just in general, I'm very impressed with how we can switch between the viewer and the timeline. Oh, IMAX, so that you're able to see a piece of action in the viewer and match that piece of action to the timeline. I had a really good answer for that yesterday. It reads the position of the playhead. So wherever the playhead is, if the skimmer is in the clip, it reads the skimmer. If the skimmer is out of the clip, or if skimming is turned off, it reads the playhead. Then, let's say I go down to here, and I put my playhead at this shot. It would have to be useful if I put it in a shot that was different. Okay, it reads the position of the playhead. So then, notice that there's a lighter gray down here than up here. Just toggling back and forth, toggling back and forth to the timeline area so you can select the timeline effectively. 2 to select the timeline, and 1 to select the viewer. You can toggle back and forth and see it in the viewer. That way we see it here. Stuff works. We also have a precision editor. Let me show that to you. That is really cool. Quickly, because otherwise Mike is going to throw the hook at it. I'm going to throw this in here and take out an insert clip. And we'll set it in, we'll set it out, and we'll do an insert edit. And I double-click the edit point. This opens up what's called the precision editor. And now, so you can see this better, we'll turn this, hide the browser, turn our switch on down here, and make this big enough so we can see what's going on. Oh, there's one thing. Somebody shout out, I have got to show you before I leave, I've got to show you how to do it on crossfade, on audio. It is brain dead. It is mentally deranged, and it should never have seen the light of day. I've got to show you how to start to try yourself out. This one is not a smart one. Anyway, I double-click on the edit point. This opens up the precision editor. If I go up here and click hold, I'm doing a ripple trim. And notice in the top left window, I see the big picture. I see the big picture because I go up to preferences, and inside preferences, I see show detailed trimming feedback. That's the very first choice. It's off by default. You want it on. So now I ripple trim. I see the changing out in the left-hand window. That small black box shows me how much the time code is changing by. Go down to here. I ripple trim to the in. Go here. I roll trim. And the nice thing is I'm able to see handles. And I specifically haven't asked for it, but if the audio was up, I could hear the audio. I don't want it up for right now, but I could hear the audio. So I can now do a trim looking exactly inside these trim editors, so I'm trimming inside the viewer. And see those two pictures, ripple, roll. We also have slip and slide. We do that with the trim tool, which is here. Select the trim tool. And I grab, click, hold, and drag, and I'm slipping. And I also have the ability to slide, which is an edit that in 30 years of editing I've never used. The students feel that their money is wasted if I don't teach them how to do it. So just know that it will, and we'll see you later for that. And then I have split edit. If you select a clip, keyboard shortcut A, select the arrow tool, and go to clip and say, select these two here. And say clip, expand audio video. Keyboard shortcut is Control S. This is what you're going to use a lot. Now I see my audio and my video as two attached but separate clips. This is where the magnetic timeline comes in. I want to trim the audio. So I simply grab it and drag it. Notice how the other clip just gets out of the way. Drag that audio where I want it to go. I can grab this audio, drag it where I want it to go. And I've now created a split edit, in this case an L edit. Or grab this and pull it back, and grab this and pull it over. Now you would think, this is where it gets really weird. You'd think I'd be able to click on the audio edit and apply an audio transition. I can click on the video transition, Command T, and I've added dissolve. But you can't do it with audio. You should, but you can't. Anyway, what you got to do is you got to select both clips and go up to Clip, Detach Audio. Detach Audio. Now I have two standalone clips. There's the audio clip, and there's the other audio clip. I'm going to grab Echo and just drag it out of here so these guys are here. So this is a 4-step process. Select, detach your audio, select the clips you want to apply the clip to, and connect it to what's called a storyline. Connect it, create storyline, Command G. And now I have this little bar over here. Once it's a storyline, then you select the edit point, you type Command T, and edit dissolve. It is awkward. It's brain dead, that's what it is. But it's how it works. All right, let's quickly go through this and we'll get done.
Can you give me a card? Can we bring the house lights up a bit, please? Lights up? House lights? All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to set up the raffle, and since we don't want any dead space here, we're going to allow Larry to ask a few more questions while we're setting up the raffle. So Larry, back to the questions.
You say in my blog, you have CP7 for something for which it may be more useful than Final Cut 10. I did say that. Here's some examples of this Final Cut 7 is preferable to Final Cut Pro 10 and why. Multicam is Final Cut 7. Output to tape is Final Cut 7. The ability to mix tracks to soundtrack. The audio filters in Final Cut Pro 10 are outstanding. The audio mixing is not outstanding. So if you're doing mixing, Final Cut 7 is better. Can Final Cut 10 be used on a MacBook Pro? Yes, but you need to go to apple.com/FinalCutPro/resources. Final Cut Pro/resources gives you a list of all supported devices, all supported cameras, and